I mean, more than the actual strategy for getting into Gaza, what I'm concerned about, there is no strategy for getting out. I mean, it's been a long time since this war started on October 7th, 2023. And in that whole time, Netanyahu has still not come up with a post-war plan. What is Israel's objective? And if you don't have an objective, you're guaranteed to fail. If you don't know a realistic achievement that you're trying to get to, you're not going to get there. And I think that the consensus of the IDF is that the objective that Netanyahu has put out there, which is liberating all the hostages by force and destroying every remnant of Hamas, that's not a realistic military objective. They've already achieved the realistic objective, which is to prevent Hamas from carrying out another October 7th attack.
Yeah, and you've heard so much of the international community warning that this is going to take a human toll, a greater human toll, not just for Palestinians, but for these Israeli hostages. And as we heard from the IDF chief, even his own soldiers, he's worried about there as well. Max Boot, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Joining us now is CNN's Sebastian Shukla. Sebastian, what is the reaction internationally to this plan?
Yeah, good afternoon. It's been a vociferous condemnation from the international community towards Benjamin Netanyahu and the cabinet's plan to go into and launch this offensive into Gaza City. The Prime Minister yesterday began the day by talking to Fox News and saying that it seemed to be the intention of the Israeli government to occupy all of Gaza. And since then, though, he's managed or begun the process of rowing that back. I'm going to read you a tweet from Netanyahu last night, which said, "We are not going to occupy Gaza. We are going to free Gaza from Hamas." So that is a very clear change. Now, whether that is a change because of the condemnation or a change of rhetoric as a messaging about this new offensive that will take place remains unclear. But as you were alluding to, that satellite image, which we now have from the region, shows Israeli forces, some 100 plus vehicles mustering on the Gaza border at the crossing of Nahal Oz, which is just 2 miles away from Gaza City itself. So whether or not the condemnation has changed the mind, it will not change the mind of Prime Minister Netanyahu. The first phase of this 5-part operation to liberate Gaza City appears to be in the offing. We will wait to see exactly when that takes place. But as we have said, the condemnation has been broad and sweeping across the world, in particularly here in Europe. You know, France, Canada, Ireland, Germany in particular have been very, very clear that this is a red line for them. Germany in particular, so long a vociferous, ardent supporter of Israel, has said, we're not going to send any more weapons to you. And that follows hot on the heels of some comments earlier this year made by Chancellor Friedrich Merz, where he said he doesn't see what the accomplishment or what the final goal is here by Israel anymore. And the change in tone there is important because Germany has been for such a long time a steadfast supporter of Israel, obviously given the atrocities committed here against Jews during the Second World War. So it's a change of tone here, and a one that is now being echoed across Europe, where nations are falling in line to condemn this and in no uncertain terms.
Right, to see Germany, one of the staunchest supporters of Israel, to say, hey, we're not sending equipment, we're not sending arms for this purpose. I think that was an eye-opening moment for the international community. Sebastian Shukla, thank you.